Well, hello and welcome to your January's numerology here at Readings at the Round Table. I'm Jennifer. This is Mouse. It does sort of look like I have an extension right here. It's Mouse's tail. I know. Mouse is on a little bit of a restriction, although we're going to call it a Christmas vacation because I'm not letting him out for a couple of days. So Mouse is my most feral kitty. He will come to me. He won't come to anybody else. I know a lot of you that watch my videos have seen Mouse a lot, but he is the cat that does like to go outside, and he demands it, quite frankly. But he is still quite feral. I mean, he really is. So he was outside. He got kind of clawed up. I don't know who he fought with. I thought I knew most of the strays in the area because, at one time or another, I've taken care of them. But so he's in right now. But he doesn't seem mad about it, which is an unusual thing for him because usually he's demanding to go outside, but he's not. So it's fine. We're gonna work through that. But he is a good boy. All right, so January 2025. I love this energy that we are stepping into in January 2025. It's a 9-year, and the first day, obviously, we have New Year's Day on January 1st, but the first day is not just like New Year's Day. We are coming off of the energy of the second new moon in December on December 30th. This is a lot of energy. It's very intense. It's called a black moon in, pagan, Wiccan, metaphysical circles. It's a black moon, not unlike the 2 full moons in a month is called a blue moon. So this is very powerful energy. And I love that we are experiencing that energy literally. It's less than 48 hours before we hit that New Year's Day, energy and the vibration of a 9-year. So I really love that. New moon in Capricorn on December 30th. I may do like a short video just like discussing that energy and how powerful it is, and that you really should take advantage of it on December 30th. So again, on the 1st of January, we obviously have New Year's Day. On the 2nd of January, we have Hanukkah ending, and we have Venus moving into Pisces. And Venus likes being in water signs. Venus really likes being in Pisces. On the 6th, we have Mars moving into Cancer. He is retrograding. So Mars retrogrades from Leo into Cancer on the 6th. On the 8th, we have Mercury moving into Capricorn. This is a quick trip here for Mercury because Mercury had retrograded into Sag when Mercury was retrograde. So now Mercury has gone back into Capricorn on the 8th. On the 12th of January, we have North Node moving into Pisces, which means South Node is moving into Virgo. So for those of you with a lot of Pisces or Virgo placements, this is a big deal. It really is. And I'm going to go into detail about this on other videos. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it here because this is just an overview for the numerology for the month. But if you have a lot of Pisces or Virgo placements, this next 18 months, 2 years is going to be a lot. Just FYI. So then on the 13th, we have a full moon in Cancer that hits its peak at 5:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to remind you guys again, I'm on the East Coast of the U.S., so everything is Eastern Standard Time to me. On the 19th, we have the sun moving into Aquarius. Oh my gosh, I love me some Aquarians. I mean, when I see that an Aquarian, one of my clients that's an Aquarian is called, I will be like bend over backwards going, oh my gosh, let me get them scheduled in as soon as I can because I just got to know. I got to know what's going on. And you guys deliver your messages to me with just sarcasm and just such great wit. I love it. Y'all know who you are. And just so you know, I will run to that phone and be like, I got to get them in. I got to work them into the schedule. Yeah, it's awesome. All right. So on the 27th, I told you Mercury was making a quick trip through Capricorn because Mercury moves into Aquarius on the 27th, joining Pluto and the Sun. It's a party in Aquarius, let me tell you. Because on the 29th, we have a new moon in Aquarius, and that hits its peak at 7:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's also the Lunar New Year. So this is the beginning of the year of the snake. Yeah. I also have a video of that coming out. Very excited about it because, you know, the snake sheds its skin and we're moving into this 9-year. So excited. Awesome, awesome energy. Okay, and on the 30th, one last thing before we leave January, Uranus goes direct in Taurus. I know. So we're like getting, kind of working out the last of these retrograde energies. We're not done yet, but we're working them out. Yeah, so it's good. All right, so we end the month of January with 5 planets with North Node in water, 4 with the Sun in air, and 2 with South Node in Earth. So when I say with South Node and with North Node, they're not technically planets, but I'm including them in that lineup. So we have 5 in water, 4 in air, 2 in earth, and 0 in fire. I did say that right. Water, air, earth. Yeah, 0 in fire. So we don't have anything in fire right now. So for everyone that has a lot of placements in their chart in fire or has a lot of fire signs in their chart, this could be like some of your downtime. You may have to lean in on some of your other elements. That really is, it stands true for me because my chart is pretty well like even through earth, air, and fire. And a little bit in water, but I have a lot of past life in water, so, you know, whatever. But the thing is, like, if you have a lot of fire in your chart, if there's a lot of fire energy around you, you're going to have to, like, bring in your own energy. You really are, because it's not out there, like, giving to you at this time. But that's okay. Everything changes. Everything has a season. Just hang on. It'll get better. So let's see what your individual numerology is for this amazing first month of 2025 in this 9-year. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. Let's see what checks out here for y'all. And by the way, Happy New Year. Oh my gosh, totally forgot to tell you what the crystal is for the month of January. I even wore this amethysty sort of colored shirt to remind myself to do it because it is amethyst. So I picked this stone, I like drew it, but at first I was just like, meditation, like I'm not really getting it. But I did get it because we have a lot of releasing that's going on in 2025. And I think that setting the tone for it in January is going to be important. So I have a lot of rough amethyst. I don't have that much of like really polished amethyst. The one that I would say I use like all the time is my pendulum amethyst. I think most people, I say most people, it may just be me. I prefer the rough amethyst and I also prefer the darker purple, but it doesn't mean that, you know, it's not useful in other ways and other colors, but this is one that I wear all the time. So this is like my favorite. Got 2 different kinds of amethyst in there. And the beads on this, the beads on the necklace part are also amethyst. Do you see how light they are? That is an amethyst. I had to double check. I made sure that it is amethyst. So, you know, come at me. But the amethyst does come in a very light purple as well as a very dark purple. I do prefer the rough amethyst. I had some tumbled or polished amethyst and I sold them. So I guess everybody knew that I was going to be choosing this. No, I'm just kidding. But I just wanted to read to you a little bit about the amethyst. This is going to be the crystal of January 2025. I mean, you know, that's an arbitrary thing, but I did choose it. Hello, Mercury. All right. The crystal color of the amethyst, and of course I'm using the crystal reading cards, God, come on, the Healing Oracle crystal reading cards by Rachelle, Charman. I love these. Amethyst is for meditation. It comes in various shades of translucent purple, and it is related to the chakra for the third eye. This beautiful crystal is the master stone of meditation. It balances the right and left hemispheres of the brain, allowing you to drop into a deep state of trance and relaxation. The medicine of the amethyst assists in healing and transforming addictions relating to painful, suppressed emotions, and is an overall healing crystal on all levels. Invite this tranquil stone into your sacred meditations and receive its wonderful blessings. Open and allow yourself to float into the blissful essence of the amethyst. It's a powerful overall healing crystal working and assisting on all levels, overcomes addictions, bringing awareness, healing, and dissolving old patterns. That is definitely a 2025 thing. Opens you to your psychic abilities, assists wonderfully in dream recall, and aids in anxiety and stress relief. I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about like this stone for 2025, for January of 2025, like starting it out this way. I love this. Just wanted to let you know. I'm very sorry that I like forgot to do the stone. I mean, you know, I do stuff like this all the time. Just like, you know, you start to do stuff and you forget. Yeah. So, it's going to be okay. All right, now let's see what your individual numerology is. I promise I will not interrupt this progression again. Hello, Life Path 44. This is so great. It's so great for you. You're wrapping up your year, a 44-8 year, moving into a 9 year, and the first month of this 9 year is a 9 month for you. Now, I love it. I really do, because I feel like there's a certain symmetry here, but really we're wrapping up the 44-8 year, you know, moving into this 9 year, and you have a 9 month to lead this progress. It's great. So I am sure you have heard me talk about the vibration of the 9, but I'm going to go through it again. So the mantra of the 9 is, I embody the flow of this moment with courage to change. And that is a lot of what is going on in the whole year of 2025 is change. So we're looking at a period of transition, completion, releasing, and it's a great time to remove clutter. Physical, spiritual, mental, emotional. It's time to unpack those bags and give them a heave-ho. You know what I'm saying? We don't need anything living here rent-free. No. So it's definitely a time to clear out that kind of garbage. This is a time to use logic and not be as emotional when we're making these decisions, because the 9 is always about moving ahead with courage, taking that next step forward with courage. Excuse me. Because it's taking us to a phase change, and a phase change that's going to help us fulfill our life's purpose. That's amazing. That is really, really awesome. It's time for that completion of the cycle, because we cannot enter into a new room, a new phase, a new level until we leave the other one behind. This is definitely a time to be generous, generous with ourselves, generous with others. It is a lot of generosity of spirit and energy here. This is a time of rebirth. This is, I like to say, it's the re-time. And I think I did say that in the big video of the 9. This is a re-time. It's redo, rebirth, renew. I love it. Release, yes, 100%. Accepting endings can bring about that change so that we can step into a new beginning. So we really do need to have this time in order to have that true new beginning. Love it. So the lesson of the 9 is to recognize the patterns and let go of them when they are no longer serving our well-being. Well, that can be challenging to do. It really is. I try to do it all the time. It's challenging to let go of that. This year, and especially this month for you, is going to be opening up a lot of choices for you. It's going to be really saying, here's some choices, here's what's going on. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go with this? I think especially for you, because you are such an original thinker, because you are an alchemist, the architect of like all the master numbers. You are a master healer. This is and can be an amazing time for you. It really can be. Especially if you've done all this work on yourself during this 44/8 year. If you've been working on yourself and you've been embracing like the abundance and embracing just the magnificence of the vibration of 44/8, the 9 year is perfect. It is. And having again that 9 month at the beginning of the 9 year is icing on the cake. The shadow effects of the 9 is fear of change, fighting change, and it can make you impulsive and a bit moody. So keep that in mind, okay, as we're rolling through this time, especially in January, because you're doubling down on that energy. You're doubling down on that vibration of the 9. So the mantra of the 44, I'm just going to remind you, is I am the vibrant light of magnificence and I humbly serve. So you are a light guiding a lot of people out there. You create powerful, life-altering achievements. You empower others. And how do you empower others? Because you've been through a lot of shit, Life Path 44. And because you've been through it, you can show other people how to empower themselves. You can show other people how it's done. That's not an easy thing. It's not. But that's the whole thing about empowerment, especially self-empowerment, is because if you've been through it, you've been through the ringer, then you can show other people like how to do it, but you've had to live it first. You can't say, oh, I know how to survive a blizzard when you've never done it. I think that's the example I used in the 8, but again, you carry the foundation of the 8, so you can go watch that video as well. But you can't sit back and say, I survived this trauma, I survived this heartache without having actually been through it. Yeah. So that's a tough one. Yeah. But you persevere through difficult circumstances. That's in your nature. That's part of being a 44. Yeah. There is a shadow side that I think we need to talk about of yours. Too much emphasis on control is one of your shadow effects. And also you can be driven by an unhealthy focus on success. These are some of the things that I'm talking about you may need to unpack in January. You may need to work through in the year 2025. Work on balance. You're good at this. Again, you're the architect, the alchemist. You seek to help all of mankind. Don't focus on your control. Let go of it a little. Don't drive yourself crazy by trying to achieve success. Work through some of these steps of the 9 vibration: transition, completion, releasing. There's a lot of that re-energy going on in 2025. I love that. I love it. The lesson of the 44 is empowering others to have a positive impact on on the world and acknowledge who they are while doing the same for themselves. So you are helping others to be empowered, to feel like self-empowered, so that they can have a positive impact on the world and acknowledge who they are. But you also have to do the same thing for yourself. Remember that. So January really is doubling down on that energy of transition, completion, releasing. Definitely a time to be logical and not so emotional when you're releasing some of these attachments, when you're unpacking that emotional, physical, spiritual, mental baggage. Yeah. All right, so I am pulling advice cards from the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards and the Moonology Oracle cards today. I usually, if you're new here, I usually introduce those cards at the beginning of the video in the introductory portion, but I forgot today, and we're not going to talk about it. I've forgotten a lot of things today. I almost forgot to introduce the crystal of the month. I think that Christmas and all the energy and all the crazy wildness that's going on right now as we speak has just given me permanent brain fog. I'm hoping it clears up in January, but we'll see. And I'm double ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is just going direct. So, okay, there's some of that too. All right, let's see what advice cards we get for you, though. Ooh, Athena, inner wisdom. Love that. You know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. Inner wisdom from Athena. You know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. Releasing. So, prepare yourself. All right, let's see what Moonology has. Oh, I'm just throwing cards around left, right, and center, man. What are we going to do? I really am looking forward to 2025. Not that the 44-8 year hasn't been great. That's not what I'm saying. But I love every number, and I'm looking forward to doing some unpacking for myself. A personal issue reaches resolution. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Okay. Let's see, full moon in... Oh, there we go. Oh, I guess I could put the cards away. Okay. Full moon in Cancer. Get in focus. A personal issue reaches resolution. Things are likely to get very heated as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. Now, interesting, Mars is retrograding back into Cancer in January. Very emotional. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests both that a domestic matter or a private issue will soon come to a head. And that's a great time to move house. I like that. It's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. It may be the best time to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Now, I've been telling everybody with Mars still retrograde and Mars is getting ready in January to move into Cancer, retrograde back into Cancer, very emotional. Yes, but you definitely need to think before you speak and think before you act. Count to 10, count to 150, count to 1,085, count to 367,821, if that's what you got to do. But stop, think, and really process stuff before you act and before you speak. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 44. I hope you have a fantastic and fabulous New Year's and a super wonderful and joyful January. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.